Namaste. Students, today we are going to work out a problem which has appeared twice in the question papers. Uh, Bit advanced problem with lots of adjustments. Okay. From the following trial balance and other information relating to a business of a retailer, prepare trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st 12 2017 and balance sheet as on that date. So here we have to prepare both trading and profit and loss account and balance sheet. So they have given various items. Trial balance they have given. See here, the first thing whenever you are analyzing a problem, each and every item you have to analyze where it goes, whether it is going to trading account, whether it is going to profit and loss account or balance sheet. So once you're clear with where is its destiny, then it is easy for you to proceed. Okay, let's see one by one. Stock. Stock on 1/1/2017. So opening stock, trading account. Purchases and sales, trading account. Returns, trading account. Wages, trading account. Carriage on purchases, trading. Discounts, profit and loss account. So discount received and discount paid. What is discount paid? Debit balance is discount paid. Okay, the same thing where it appears. Salaries, profit and loss account. General expenses, profit and loss account. Prepaid insurance. So in the previous problem I just told you, when prepaid insurance is given in adjustment, it appears in two places. One is profit and loss account, you are deducting insurance less prepaid, you are deducting, and another effect is in the balance sheet you are writing on the asset side, prepaid insurance. It's an asset, but when it is given in the trial balance, you have to write only once. So where you have to write? You have to directly write to the balance sheet, because from the balance sheet we can get the effect, right? So prepaid insurance, when it is given in the trial balance, always think you have to write in the balance sheet. Insurance, profit and loss account. Income tax paid. What is income tax? Tax levied on the personal income of the owner. So it is not a business expense. So where you are supposed to write, it is considered as drawings and you are supposed to write in the balance sheet. That is also balance sheet item. Next, buildings, balance sheet. Furniture, balance sheet. Power and light, trading account. Debtors and creditors, balance sheet. Depreciation, profit and loss account. Outstanding salary, I told you the same thing. Prepaid and outstanding items, whichever appearing in the trial balance, it should be written in the balance sheet. Outstanding salary is a liability. Bills receivable and bills payable, balance sheet. Commission. So commission is a profit and loss account item. Drawings and capital. So both appear in the balance sheet. Bank, balance sheet. Rent, profit and loss account. Machinery, balance sheet. So first you should be able to identify the items where it goes. Okay, let's see the adjustments. Stock on 31st 12 2017, that is 35,000. This is the closing stock. All the adjustments appear twice, two times. So where it is appear? Closing stock. It comes in the trial balance and balance sheet. Okay. Purchases include goods worth rupees 2,500 for private purpose. Goods used for private purpose. Where it goes? The first thing, in a trading account, what you are supposed to do? You have the goods, right? That is, you have made the purchases, right? So from purchases, he is uh, taking goods worth rupees 2,500 for his private purpose. Then it is considered as drawings. So whatever you had the purchases means nothing. Purchases are nothing but the goods you have. Goods you have purchased this year. So from that he is taking out 2,500 worth goods. So what you are supposed to do? You have to deduct 2,500 goods taken for private purpose from the purchases in the trading account. Clear? Another adjustment is in the balance sheet. So under liability sets, you have to write drawings because it is private purchase, right? So drawings you have to take it into consideration. It is a drawing. Next. So it appears in the trading account and balance sheet. Bills receivable rupees 2000 dishonored, but no entries are made in the books. So bills receivable dishonored. So it affects bills receivable as well as debtors. So see the person for whom you have sold the goods, he has to make the payment to you. So you are supposed to receive the payment from the person. So he is considered as your debtor. Okay, you sold the goods worth rupees 1 lakh to Mr. A. So A is your debtor. He has not made any payment. Now A can give the bill to you worth rupees 50,000. Right? Like I'm making the payment in the future after 3 months or like that. So that is a bills receivable. So far, whatever you have written in the debtors, now you are transferring it to the bills receivable account because he paid the bill. When the bills receivable gets dishonored, again his name will appear in the debtors book. So it adds to the debtors and deducts the bills receivable when the bills receivable is dishonored. So both the effects, one in the debtors, one in the bills receivable. So both appear in the balance sheet. Goods supplied by Ganesh stores worth Rs 2,500 on 29/12/2017 were not entered in the books. So there is an unrecorded liability. So unrecorded liability. What is that unrecorded? See here, goods you are purchasing. Goods supplied by Ganesh means what? Ganesh stores. Goods you purchased from Ganesh. Ganesh has supplied you the goods. Right. So where we are supposed to write unrecorded goods in the trading account, you have to add to the purchases because you have purchased but you forgot, you omitted to write. So purchases, add unrecorded goods 2,500. Clear? One more 2,500 where it comes. Ganesh stores is a creditor for you. So already whatever you have the creditors, you have to add unrecorded purchases because you haven't yet made the cash payment. So one side it affects the total goods, one side it affects the creditors. So you have to add unrecorded purchases to the existing creditors 2,500. So both okay. So entries will appear in the trading account and balance sheet. Next one, rate of bad debts rupees 1,000. So bad debts will appear. Where does it appear? Bad debts in the profit and loss account. Then it also affects in the balance sheet, right? Under debtors. Then reserve RBD 5%. So RBD also appear in the profit and loss account as well as balance sheet, both. Then stock destroyed by fire was rupees 2,000 and the insurance company accepted the claim partly for rupees 1,500. Stock destroyed by fire. Where you are supposed to write? So stock destroyed by fire, one thing you are writing in the trading account, isn't it? You're writing in the trading account. Sorry, it is not profit and loss account. Okay, it's like, see, there are two entries, right? So first we'll see stock destroyed by fire worth rupees 2,000. See, stock destroyed by fire. So in the trading account, there is closing stock, right? So whatever stock we are having, that we are writing on the credit side of the trading account. There itself you have to write by stock destroyed by fire 2,000. Then another adjustment where it comes 2,000, you have the loss, correct? Loss due to the fire. So how much is your stock destroyed by fire? 2,000 minus insurance company gives you 1,500. So there you are writing 2,000 while calculating the loss. So 2,000 will appear in two places. That is one in trading account, one in profit and loss account. So what about 1500? 1500 we are taking here in the profit and loss account. 2000 minus 1500 we are taking, no, 1500. So here it appears in the profit and loss account, and one more time it has to appear 1500 now. Where does it appear? In the balance sheet. That is the amount insurance company has to give you the amount of rupees 1500. So you have to receive it. So it becomes the asset, right? Amount due from insurance company 1500. You have to write on the asset side of the balance sheet. Is it clear? So 2000 in the trading account and profit and loss account, 1500 in the profit and loss account and balance sheet. Okay, now we can work out. See, I explained you all the items. Trading and profit and loss account. Opening stock you are writing 15,000. Two purchases 1,02,500. Less returns, purchase returns. Less goods used for private purpose. I told you it appears here. Add unrecorded goods 2,500. So total 1 lakh. Is it clear? So goods adjustment, whatever is related to goods, you have to take in the purchases. Then two wages, carriage on purchase, power and light. So we identified all these items comes in the trading account. Sales, less sales returns. Stock destroyed by fire, closing stock. Here, so total of both the sides 2,12,000, and the balancing figure is the gross profit, that is 83,500. Next, profit and loss account will prepare. By gross profit brought down 83,500. All the items you have to write. Salaries, general expenses, insurance, discount allowed. So whenever discount in the trial balance, any of the expenses, any items which are given on the credit side, you have to write on the credit side. Anything which is given in the debit side, you have to write on the debit side. You know that. Because all these are the expenses. Discount allowed, depreciation, rent. Okay, do you remember about depreciation? What did I tell you in the previous class? Depreciation which is given in the trial balance, we have to write in the profit and loss account. Only in the profit and loss account. Exception for depreciation. Okay. You are not supposed to write depreciation in the balance sheet, because balance sheet item, whatever asset price is given, that is after deducting the depreciation only they have given the final amount. So you are not writing there. Then rent, you have to write bad debts. See, bad debts they have given 1,000, we are writing. Add new RBD. We have to make the calculation, because see, they have given write off bad debts worth rupees 1,000, that we are writing directly, right? And provide for reserves for doubtful debts at 5%. So how to calculate this 5%? Always remember, we have to calculate reserve on the good debtors. Okay, not bad debtors, good debtors. How to find out good debtors? Good debtors are those who are able to give you back your amount. So debtors amount to 22,500 is there, right? Debtors. Add, see here, less, usually what happens? The normal entry, debtors less bad debt. Then you get good debtors. On good debtors, you have to calculate the percentage. So that is a normal thing. But in this, they have given bills receivable dishonored. One debtor has given us the bill. So it is dishonored. It is not made, like he has not made the payment on the due date. So it is dishonored. It is cancelled. That means what? So from bills receivable book, we have to erase his name and we have to write on the debtor's name again, because that bill has got no validity at all. So debtor's amount will increase because his name is added back to the debtor's book, right? So debtors add bills receivable dishonored. Always remember, when bills receivable is dishonored, you have to add it to the debtors. Okay. So 22,500 plus 2,000, 24,500. Less bad debt. I told you, this is the total debtors now. Total debtors. From total debtors, we have to deduct the bad debts. Less bad debt, 1,000. So 23,500 is the good debtors. On that 23,500 into 5% you have to calculate 1,175. So this is the new RBD. Okay, they told you to calculate the reserve for reserve for doubtful debts 5%. So 5% you have calculated 1,175. Same thing. Bad debts you are writing, or you can write directly here, no problem. Okay, bad debt 1,000, new RBD 1,175. So total 2,175. Then loss on fire. I told you fire insurance company has given 1,500. Loss is 2,000. So loss on fire. Always remember, when there is insurance company claim, there will be loss, and it should be written on the profit and loss account 500. On the credit side, discount received, commission received. So total 86,000. The balancing figure 55,825. This is the net profit. Finally, let us prepare the balance sheet. So on the liabilities side, if you are writing capital first, you can write capital 1 lakh, add net profit 55,825, less drawings 3,000, less private purpose. This is also drawings. Okay, 2,500, less income tax. So this is also drawings. So you can take all the three together and deduct it, no problem. Okay, so we are deducting all these. So you get 1,48,825. Then there is creditor 25,000. I told you unrecorded purchases. We haven't made the cash payment, so they become our creditor. So unrecorded purchases should be added to the creditors, right? 27,500. Bills payable 3,000. Outstanding salary 2,000. Right. On the asset side, bank 9,000. It is given in the trial balance. Bills receivable. I told you dishonored bill affects bills receivable as well as debtors. So bills receivable 5,000. When the bill is dishonored, cancelled, you have to deduct it. 5,000 minus 2,000, 3,000. Debtors 22,500. When the bill dishonored, when you are cancelling the bill, you have to add it back to the debtors. So 22,500, add 2,000. Okay. For debtors, there are various adjustments. Bad debts you have to deduct, RBD you have to deduct. Clear? So debtors, add bills receivable dishonored, less bad debts, less RBD. So 22,325. Then closing stock 35,000. Amount due from the insurance company. This is the amount due, income due but not received, right? 1,500. Always remember, when there is insurance company claim, it is an asset, whatever amount you are supposed to receive. Then prepaid insurance, it is given in the trial balance. So only in the trial balance, directly you have to write in the balance sheet. Furniture you are writing, machinery you are writing, building you are writing. The total of both the sides 1,81,325. So it's very easy, students. Main thing is you have to work out 3 times, 4 times you work out this problem, then it is very easy, very clear for you. Okay, and it is an important problem. Thank you.